We are not oblivious to all the challenges plaguing the country. I'm talking about the issue of insecurity, bad economy, and the likes. Also, there appears to be serious division in the country. The seeming division in the country has led to so much separatist agitations. Good enough, the new president is well known to me. We're together in the trenches fighting for the restoration of democracy in the country during the days of military rule. He has always been a dependable leader who leads his subordinates very well. I have no doubt in my mind that he has a perfect understanding of the current situation in the country. He should know that these are critical times for the country. He is a smart individual who is also pan-Nigerian in outlook. With his credentials as a crusader for the enthronement of civil rule, he is well known to the people. I know he is someone who won't allow anyone to undermine the democratic order that we are all enjoying today. Everyone can attest to his accomplishment in Lagos. I know for sure that he will replicate the same kind of accomplishments at the center. He towers above the other candidates that contested the post with him in the last election. If somebody can manage Lagos State effectively, despite its huge population and its other challenges to something of envy that people today now take pride in, then he can do it. He is a team leader who has ensured that he produced other governors who went ahead to continue from where he stopped. What he should do now is to look for brilliant minds to run the government with him. He needs to ensure inclusion by bringing women and youth on board. I believe he will do well. These are things he understands. We are willing to offer our advice to him when necessary. He is one of us, and we will ensure that we give him all the necessary advice and support. If you are to meet him today, what kind of advice will you give to him in terms of items and important things he should do? He should look for ways to unite the country. To do this, he has to ensure that there is justice to all, because it is in the absence of justice that peace becomes very impossible. There must be justice and equity for Nigerians. He should look outside the APC for quality and competent hands to run the country. We need results of quality governance because the country is in dire need of people who will salvage it now, because we are already at the intensive care unit as it is. We are very divided now, and we need a government that will determine and address the issues as they are without fear or favor of any group or individual. By so doing, the confidence of Nigerians will be rekindled in government and governance, and he will get the overwhelming support of all Nigerians across board. He must be a leader, and he must have at the back of his mind his essence in government. The business of governance has to do with the participation of everybody. The past administration didn't do well in bringing all Nigerians together. Some people might assume that the former government favored the North, but I can tell you that it was a tiny section of the North that was favored. The North has even suffered more than any other region of the country from the last government. Having said that, no matter how you pretend, the situation in the country was tense by 2014 until former President Buhari came and people believed that he had all it takes to lead the country all right. But it took time for the people to realize that he wasn't the kind of leader the country needed at that material time. We just hope that the new government will not make the kind of mistakes that the former one made. Like I said before, we will protect and guide our own so that he won't make the kind of mistake that had been made in the past. Your assessment runs contrary to claims by officials of the past government who have continued to score themselves very high, saying he left the country better than he met it. They are entitled to their opinions. People always criticize the government, and you cannot also prevent those in government to think whatever they want to think. But for us who are political analysts, who have been in the trenches, who have suffered a lot for the country, we can attest to the fact that what happened then was not why we sacrificed for the return of civil rule in the country. The government didn't meet our expectations. You talked about inclusiveness. Opposition political parties are already in court challenging the victory of President Bola Tinubu. Cut in. That's normal and should be expected. I think they should also join hands with the current government to take the country away from the position it is now. We need all hands to be on deck so that the country doesn't grind to a halt or run into any serious crisis. We can't have two presidents at a time because someone has already been announced and sworn in as winner. Well, it is better for them to go to court, but my own candid advice is that Nigerians should know that President Bola Tinubu was announced the winner of the election and has been sworn in. But the reality is that no one can stop them from towing the path that they are towing now. I think it is better for them to conserve their energies and wait for the next election. Atum, was your reaction to this? This is according to Shettima, the vice president, sworn in, saying that Buhari performed poorly in bringing Nigerians together. He actually said this regarding an interview he granted a moment ago to journalists. What's your reaction to this? Please drop your reaction in the comment section. Ensure you subscribe to our channel and share the report. And bye for now. Do join us in the other instance. So much for listening. Bye for now, please. Okay.